sweep of the building for construction wise, where we need to beef up and not beef up, to make sure we preserve this wonderful building?
Well, I mean, preserving of this wonderful building is definitely, you know, top priority. Are you asking me if I've hired an engineer to come in and look at it? Because it'd be a structural engineer that would be the most universal person to assess everything.
Right. I suppose we could get some estimates on that, because how old are we here?
Should've done that
16.
before we put in our two capital.
Well, we can only do it for next year.
I'll do whatever you gentlemen want me to.
I just don't want
I just don't want that
to
beyond.
disintegrate downstairs because there's moisture, you know?
What you just did is for next year. You have renovation of courthouse in there, so it's $100,000. That's it.
Where you're going, so I'll get something in here to tell us, or,
That has been suggested to us several times, and I'm not opposed to it at all. I'm concerned about the whole area over on that side there where there's moisture.
because
Third floor.
I've gave him names, and they came in and looked at it, said, this is a bigger job than for my company. And they recommended another company, but they never showed, have they?
Well, you know, real quick, one of the biggest issues is all the new AC, courthouse didn't have AC back in the day, so when they put AC in, they give it to all the offices, courtrooms. There's no AC pumping into the center of the courthouse, none, zero, not. So you have extremely hot days, all the humidity sits inside the courtroom, or sits inside the center of the courthouse. Courthouse opens, all the offices, they open up all that AC. AC meets humidity, moisture goes. Heat rises, therefore looks like what it does. You get condensation buildup. Condensation is gonna rest in the cracks, the concrete, kind of plaster voids, and things gonna start falling off. And that's the biggest issue.
I don't think we're gonna get able to get some plaster, so we probably have to start using drywall.
I think we have to use drywall.
So like up around the third floor, all those pictures you showed us.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier to get a contractor in to replace it with drywall.
I think we have several county drywallers who could handle that. Plasterers,
Yeah.
It's a specialized building. If someone was a plaster. Yeah.
I think you still spend more money redoing the plaster than you would just putting it drywall.
And are you fixing the issue? I mean, really, like I said, you're still getting moisture.
yeah.
You have to get the moisture bearing. Thanks, Steve.
Okay, who's up next?
Well, where?
All right.
No, you go ahead.
You guys are that next.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking about when you do
Consequential damages. So some countries, no consequential.
Are those?
They put in levels of that. There is a lot of fine print.
Rating,
But it's gonna be,
beheading several, infidels, what are they?
yeah, I looked at it the other day.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Don't have to do the outside also?
What?
Did you want the outside courthouse inspected too?
Well, we need to discuss that.
I thought you
I
had
think it's
mentioned.
time to look through that all and see, huh?
You had mentioned that, I didn't know whether to put it in
Uh,
or not.
I'm in favor when we have them look at the courthouse internally, that they also look externally and see what we need to be doing. I'm sure there's, some pointing that needs done on the, you know, mortar and everything around, and crack sealed and all that kind of stuff. That's just, you got a building that's 106 years old, you're gonna have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the condensation buildup has done a lot of it.
to us that the windows are getting old too?
Correct. Majority of them, the wood molding, majority of the offices, the wood molding area goes through the wood molding. And that's one of my goals before winter hits is, go around and silicone around the wood molding, kinda help that regulate some of the breeze coming through, especially some down on the first floor. It's really bad.
I think these windows are early nineties.
I had all that information pulled up, but I couldn't, I can't remember what, where it was.
There's
It was
some
85,
that predate me.
85. 85 when these windows were put up.
85?
Yep,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
I think they were done after they were installed.
Oh, were they?
I believe so. Cause the old ones used to go out, these old stuff.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, we are down to the point of our jail lot discussion. We have two outstanding companies put in proposals to us, BW Construction and Envoy. And it is not an easy decision to come to on who we're going to hire to be our eyes, ears, and knowledge on building a new jail. But we've all come to the decision that a bot type of structure to build it is the way to go. Build, operate, transfer. So they will own it, they will build it, they will operate it for minimal time and transfer it over to the county. And we've all studied the books, we had wonderful presentations made to us. I don't know that there's a whole lot more to discuss other than we're ready to make a decision. And I would say that the decision will come down to, what you guys think.
I've had council members that were present
Yeah,
recommended one that was way better than the other during the presentation. There was one word in there that I liked, was, a pretty much guarantee that they won't go over budget. So with all that said, and I'm gonna recommend we go with BW.
are you gonna make that into a motion?
Now, we'll make that in a motion, recommend BW Construction.
Lauren?
Well, they did a great presentation, I thought. I really appreciate the timeline, gives you an idea. When, you know, the plan there. Helps us a lot, I think. About the whole project. Yeah, both good. I would support, Steve's motion. I'll second that.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. Before I call for a vote, I would just like to point out that had we not got held up when we first started on this thing, we'd be moving into it right tonight. And we'd have more building and more cells, more office space, and less money. But we did get held up. So it's time now for us to swallow that and just go ahead. Steve made a motion for BW Construction, Lauren seconded it. I'll call for a vote on that. All in favor of hiring BW Construction, please say aye. Please, we certainly appreciate Envoy's interest following this, everything they've done. Hope we can work with you in the future. Yeah. And we'll be working with you.
Forward to it.
And now we're down to other commissioners' actions. Is there anything else that needs to come before the commissioners? Okay, let's start with Toba. Sheriff.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
First of all, 56 in-house,
56.
2 out of county, so our numbers have swollen back up again. And, I guess to follow up by your actions just moments ago, thank you. It's good to see that we are progressing. So, thank you, gentlemen. And then lastly, I'll mention, I've already put out a release on it this morning, I'm extremely proud of this. Our jail commander, Sergeant Lori Sestarsik, was recently named as the Correctional Officer of the Year through the Indiana Sheriff's Association.
Really?
She was the sole recipient for the whole state of Indiana for 2022. So I just wanted to mention that to you gentlemen this morning because as I said, I'm extremely proud of this accomplishment that she's received. Thank you.
To rise to the top of all 91 jails in the county jails in the state.
Well, she put up with me for 14 years, so she needs the reward.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that yet. Wonderful. Would you extend to her our congratulations? I will, sir. I think that's great. Yes.
I, with Mayor Whirling here, since she is of a, I don't know, historical nature, do we have an update on French Post Park, the exploration or the studies that were going on at French Post?
I do not have an update on that, but I can give you an email address of someone who can update you.
Okay. I didn't know if you folk, if the commissioner.
You know, I've about forgotten all about that. He's digging out there now, is he?
I think so, yes.
Well, I can drive out past there and see.
Property across from the facility, no, but it's.
Who does that?
Which way?
I don't know.
They can realize yours. Inquisitive.
Anything else come before the commission?
Motion to adjourn?
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for attending.
And there is no drainage board meeting for all you wanted to stay for that. All we have to do is the reason
Yeah.